and welcome back to PR2W Extra festive themed Abu Dhabi F1 report, and it was a season finale and it was a pretty dead race, so I think it's going to be a pretty short video today. And I think let's move on without further ado to the qualifying. And here is the qualifying grid where Max Verstappen took a surprising pole, first pole of the season for him, first pole for a non-Mercedes powered car in the whole season. But then we get back to a usual order from there. Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton picking up second and third. Lando Norris, Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz making up the rest of the top six. Good showing from McLaren there. And if they keep that up, I think they can leapfrog Racing Point into third in the championship. Daniel Kvyat is seventh. Lance Stroll eighth. Pierre Gasly ninth. And Esteban Ocon in 10th. And that would be your Q3 runners for the Saturday qualifying session. And then outside of and those that were eliminated in Q2 were Daniel Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel, Antonio Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen, and then those that were eliminated in Q1 were no more Mr. Saturday because he hasn't out-qualified his teammate all the time, but he can still say he out-qualified his teammate at every Williams race he's been in. George Russell, new boy Pietro Fittipaldi, other like Williams driver Nicholas Latifi, Sergio Perez is taking grid penalties to start from the back, so he didn't qualify further than Q2. And then Kevin Magnussen in 20th place. Baron, your opinions on this, or just the general grid? How do you think Max Verstappen will be feeling?
For the qualifying, yeah, pretty... Not gonna lie, not that interesting.
Yeah. You're right there. And I think that, especially with Max Verstappen taking pole, it's a surprise result for him and Red Bull, sorry. And I think Alex Albon, because of that, should aim to do better and maybe get closer and maybe get ahead of Lando Norris in fourth place like that. And that rounds up our qualifying roundup for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And now for the deadest race of the season, where there were pretty much no overtakes, except from DRS zones and a few funny pit stops. And Max Verstappen hold out to take the win with Valtteri Bottas second, Lewis Hamilton third. Albon jumping Lando Norris to get fourth, Lando Norris, then Sainz. Then Ricciardo, who did a good job starting on the hardtails, taking a long stint, came in seventh. Pierre Gasly eighth. Esteban Ocon ninth. Stroll 10th, making up the rest of the points. And in 11th place, Daniel Kvyat came, and then Kimi Raikkonen, then Charles Leclerc, then Sebastian Vettel, then George Russell, then Antonio Giovinazzi, then Nicholas Latifi, then Kevin Magnussen, Pietro Fittipaldi, and the only DNF of the race was Sergio Perez with a suspected MG UK failure. Pretty dead race. What are your opinions on this, Baron?
A bit surprising that Hamilton didn't come first, but...
I mean, Mercedes did have to turn down their engine units because of this MG UK problem they were facing, because obviously their engine...
Yeah, but still, Bottas is ahead in the same car. Bottas is ahead of him in the same car.
Yeah, that's because he qualified ahead of him in the same car. Yeah, it's a pretty dead race, and because Mercedes were low on power, that's obviously why Max Verstappen wins by 16 seconds nearly.
Yeah. Not much to say about this race.
Not much to say about this race. But if we can bring it back to the title slide, I just want to talk about some people that are leaving F1 and they're leaving their teams. So Daniel Ricciardo, do you think he'll be happy with the 7th place on his final Renault race? Seeing that, and he was qualifying in 11th place, so he has made 4 places in the race, which is pretty good effort.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that.
Sebastian Vettel leaving Ferrari, he won't be happy with that because he got 14th place. I mean, he will be happy that he never has to drive the thing again, but it's not really that brilliant. And then Perez getting a DNF on his final Racing Point race. Any words?
He'll be quite disappointed about that.
Yeah.
And
anything else to say, or is that it?
Hopefully, when races start, It'll be much more interesting when.
Yeah, this is. But having said that, the whole season up to this point has been much more interesting. We've had Magello, we've had Portimao, we've had Imola, we've had Turkey, we've had Silverstone in the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. We've had Silverstone again. We've had the Bahrain Grand Prix that have been mega interesting. There was obviously going to be one that just was a letdown, and I think that was this race. Bad way to end the season, but you know. Yeah, and I think let me just end it there. But before we go, to all the F1 fans that enjoy our videos, we will be having more gossip videos on next season, how the driver lineups are going to work, and we're just going to be just generally looking ahead to next season. So I think that's all from us, and goodbye.